They hate the way you walk. They hate the way you talk. They hate your wife, they hate your family, and they hate that on December 16th, they'll all be watching you win again.
Garry really posted this video just to pull out 48 hours later, and it's like a highlight reel. What if he did put this up on his Instagram? Homelander MMA, that's a crazy fucking name. Sad news, isn't it? Mr. Garry has pulled out of UFC 296. This is a stab in the heart to all fans of MMA and combat sports, mate, because this would have been a violent fight. Sensei Luque would have pushed Garry to places he's not been yet. Ian would have had to adapt to an aggressive striker coming at him for 15 minutes. Ian may have been able to get the job done, but I think really, other than everything else that people want to say about this fight and the fact that, oh, Ian's not shown up for it, I'm just sad it's not happening, because I really think it would have been one of the best fights of the year. Ian had 3 fights this year. He was going to get 4 in. If he got another fight in, he would have been the only guys who had 4 fights this year. So that's fallen out as well. But what can you do? Because it sounds like he's pretty sick. I've never had pneumonia. I think it's pretty awful. I did hear something about maybe his child is also showing the same kind of symptoms. So you got to do what you got to do in that situation. You can't fight with that. So it is what it is. People like Kevin Holland will say if you pull out and don't make it to the fight, you lose the fight. I can't really speak about that, but that might be your opinion over there in opinion land. There are some people who've already tweeted what they think. MMA Junkie, consistent, love MMA Junkie. Garry's out of 296 fight with a case of pneumonia, Dana White announces. Right, so obviously it was Dana White who came out and confirmed this whole thing on his Instagram. I think it was the UFC doctor as well that was the guy who basically said Ian couldn't fight. It's a real tough situation, isn't it? I mean, it's no secret how much stick Ian's been getting in the lead up to this fight. The only way to clear your name in combat sports is to fight. Paddy Pimblett is going to get an opportunity to do that on Saturday. Ian is no longer going to be able to do that. Maybe he can get over it real quick and turn things around and then have that bounce back opportunity. Because I think, a war with Sensei Luque, someone who is so well respected by the fans, by you lot, you would have loved to see that fight. And if Ian came through some adversity, he could have flipped the script for a lot of fans, I feel like. But this is not happening now. I know initial speculation was that he pulled out because of the statement he made about being concerned for the safety of his wife and kids. And that is, unfortunately, the narrative a lot of people will run with, because, you can make up your own opinion, whatever you want to do, can't you? But anyway, yeah, MMA Junkie just dropping the news and that's there. So I don't know, we'll see what else people have to say. Homelander MMA, that's a crazy fucking name. Garry really posted this video just to pull out 48 hours later, and it's like a highlight reel. What if he did put this up on his Instagram? That is kind of, I mean, he's dropped a nice promo package for himself here. He's even got like some of the haters comments in it. I mean, do you know what I did yesterday? I went on YouTube and looked up a highlights video of somebody. I can't remember who it was, but I remember in like the early 2010s, all the highlights videos that were up on YouTube that people would make, and it would always be to some kind of rap song or like can't be stopped, can't be moved, whatever the Roy Jones Jr. one is. And I was like, I wonder if people still make those videos. This is kind of the advancement of that. This is a nice social media promo, which not many fighters will put out for themselves, will they? To be honest, let's think about that. Take it as you will. But yeah, he posted this 48 hours before he had to pull out. I mean, maybe the symptoms came on really quick. That is probably one logical explanation. Another one is maybe he thought he was going to fight anyway. I don't know. But yeah, Homelander MMA, I guess you got a point there, dude. I don't know what everyone else is saying. Ian said, UFC doctor said there's no chance I can fight. The doctor made the call. This annoys me more than anyone. I want to fight. I have met Garry, and I will tell you one thing. He loves fighting, and I'm pretty sure he loves violence as well. He really likes fighting. I don't want to say he likes hurting people, because I don't think that's a fair thing to say, but I think he really likes fighting. I've seen it in his eyes. I don't think anyone could deny that he doesn't want to fight. Like, it's an opportunity to like turn the script around, if you aren't going to take the fight, then I just don't see why he wouldn't want to do that. So I believe him there 100%. But yeah, I did mention earlier that this would be that chance to reverse, to flip the narrative, because you see it a lot. Like even someone like Luke Rockhold's a great example. People started to hate Luke towards the end of his career just because he was super cocky, and then he was just getting knocked out, so everyone was just kind of laughing at him. Because you guys are bastards. I wasn't laughing at him. I appreciate Luke Rockhold, one of the greatest middleweight champions of all time. Anyway, in his last fight with Paulo Costa, he completely turned the narrative around. He got beaten up, but he came through some adversity. Luque, I wish him the best recovery, speedy recovery, and the best for his family. It was really unfortunate. I was so ready. Adamant professional there, Vicente Luque. These two have trained together, so I wonder if they have had like a little bit of communication between the two of them as well. Like, sorry, mate, it is what it is. I wonder how Luque felt about this fight as well, because, Ian kind of, I don't know if he called him out, but obviously you signed the contract. It shows you want to fight the person. So for Luque, it's like, okay, we trained together, and now you want to fight me. So this is what happens, I guess. Anyway, right, let's have a look at some others. Ariel Helwani, okay. Ariel Helwani, Garry's battling pneumonia and the flu, been sick for days. I'm told he did everything he could, but the decision was made this evening to call the fight off. So that was December 14th. And the last thing came out. He also says here, no word yet on Garry's opponent, or no word yet on Vicente Luque's opponent. So people have filled in on this short notice before, but everyone inside that top 15 at 170 feels like it'll be hard to get any of those guys to step up. This is where Bilal Mohammed should just jump in and just do, like, to get another win. Not really. That's a stupid idea. I think he's already beat Luque, pretty sure, and that would just be a terrible idea. Kevin Holland, I wouldn't be surprised if he jumps in. Kevin Holland's always ready, isn't he? Even at 170, maybe he could make the weight. For Luque, it probably would have been nice to get another fight in. He had 2 fights in 2021, 2 fights in 2022, and now just 1 fight this year. You don't know if he's fighting less because he's getting older, or maybe it's tough to get opponents. I feel like Luque is a great opponent for everyone to fight, but inside that division right now, this fight made a lot of sense for Luque to because it's a fight that you're taking another guy below you, but you can still get a lot of stock by beating someone like Ian Garry. He's undefeated, he's on the rise, you hold the momentum, it looks really good, you can then move forward. But I don't know who he's going to get now, man. Best case scenario really is they just put this fight on 297. I think that's probably the best thing to do. I don't know how stacked 297 is. 297, that main card of they haven't even declared what's on the main card yet, but you've got Reyes, Olberg, crazy good fight, Arnold Allen, Mosfar Ivloev. I didn't even know that fight was on, that's crazy. Magny, Mike Malott. Okay, so it would actually be really hard to bump anyone off this main card of 297. Alexander Rakic was supposed to fight on it as well against Jan Blachowicz. That fell out. So maybe they put it on 297. I don't know. They might just move away from the matchup entirely. Benny P. Ian Garry thinking he's safe from being embarrassed at a press conference until he gets rebooked for 297, and then Sean Strickland in the background. Yeah, I mean, that is kind of funny. Yeah, I mean, I feel like 100% they've been beefing so much, dude. That would be hilarious if he's now at 297 and we have Sean Strickland here, because we already see that Sean will literally talk to anyone. When he was going after Adesanya when he was booked to fight Pereira, wasn't he? He'll just say whatever the hell he wants to say. So Philip O'Connor, if anyone out there actually believes that Ian Garry suddenly caught pneumonia in Las Vegas in December and that it's going to cause him to miss 296, I have some magic beans you might be interested in. First rule of crisis communications when you're in a hole, stop digging. I don't know. I mean, that's just fucking bollocks, isn't it, mate? Like, he suddenly... first of all, it's Christmas, isn't it? Everyone's getting sick. No, I mean, God, like, I doubt it's like some mental conspiracy theory and he just really doesn't want to fight. Like, as a fighter, the worst thing you can do is not show up and fight, in terms of like being viewed by the fans, but also like working with your promotion. If you don't walk out into the arena on fight night, you're fucking screwed. You're done. You ain't never coming back. I don't know if Ian did arrive and then went to the doctor, which I'm assuming if he saw the UFC doctor, he made it to fight week. But I mean, based on this tweet that Ian suddenly caught pneumonia in Las Vegas, right? But he's like, the way you've lined that up in December, I mean, come on, dude. Like, when are you you're going to get it in December. But yeah, you got some magic beans you might be interested in. I think that's bollocks, mate. All right, anyway, well, Ian's out and Luke K's not going to get to fight. And this was a stacked main card, wasn't it? With some great fights on it. We still have a lot to be interested in. I don't know who's getting bumped to the main card. I know there are some other stuff there as well. But either way, 296 is happening on Saturday. Let me know what you think, guys, down below. If you think Ian's pulling out, if you think he has pneumonia, if you think he's making it all up, let me know. Talk some shit. Some of you guys are going to destroy Ian in the chat. This is the way it is at the moment. All right, well, we'll see you next time. Boom.